Hello everyone. So this session onwards will be going ahead with the Fourier series sessions. This today's session it will be an introduction which will discuss today with the Dirichlet's conditions, and we will see how the evolution of a square function will happen using the sine series. The Fourier series is named in tribute of Joseph Fourier from 1768 to 1830, who made important contributions to the study of trigonometric series. After preliminary examination, investigations by Euler, D'Alembert, and Daniel Bernoulli. In the mid-18th century, physical problems such as the conduction pattern of heat and the study of vibrations and oscillations lead to the study of Fourier series. Before getting to Fourier series properly, we need to discuss the context. Fourier series simplifies the analysis of periodic real-valued function. Specifically, it can break up a periodic functions into an infinite series of sine and cosine waves. This property makes Fourier series very useful in many applications. Today it is used for applications as diverse as file compression, such as the JPEG image format, signal processing in communications, and astronomy, acoustics, optics, and cryptography. To understand why Fourier series are so useful and show that trigonometric functions are an example of one. It is the property of the inner product space coupled with the analytically familiar properties of the sine and cosine functions that give Fourier series their usefulness and power. The basic assumption behind Fourier series is that any given function can be expressed in terms of series of sine and cosine functions, and that once found that the series is unique. Fourier series are specially attractive because uniform convergence of Fourier series, as more number of terms are added, is guaranteed for continuous bounded functions. Furthermore, the Fourier coefficients are designed to minimize the square of the error from the actual function. Stated coldly, with no preliminaries, this sounds prestigious, but to those familiar with the theory of linear spaces, it is not. So we will start with our Fourier series sessions. So by the end of the session, you'll be able to state the conditions of convergence of Fourier series, that is the Dirichlet's conditions. Then we can express the trigonometric functions of trigonometric Fourier series. It's also known as a Fourier series. Then express the square functions in terms of sine components. Okay, now representation of function over a certain interval by a linear combination of mutually orthogonal functions is called the Fourier series representation. So what are those Dirichlet's conditions? We'll just discuss about, and I'll just throw this words and throw these properties and these conditions on you so that you will understand, oh, these are the conditions under that the function should satisfy these conditions, then only the function can be expressed as a Fourier series. Okay, a function f of x can be represented by a complete set of orthogonal function within the interval c to c plus 2l. The Fourier series of function f of x exists only if the following conditions are satisfied. So this is very important. The Fourier series of this expansion is possible of this f of x only if the following conditions are satisfied, and the interval. So that means what I have to find out the function or the expansion of the function in the particular interval c to c plus 2l. The function f of x is periodic, that is, and we have already discussed about the periodicity of the functions in detail. If you would like to go ahead with what is the periodic functions and what, I have explained it very well in the video, in the special videos of the Laplace transform of a special functions under that periodic functions. So its f of x is equals to f of x plus 2l, that is 2l is a period of the function. That means after every 2l period the function will get repeated. And the function f of x and its integrals are finite, they are single valued functions. Third is f of x has a finite number of discontinuities, that is f of x is piecewise continuous in the interval. So if we have defined that f of x in piecewise, so that time the function has to be piecewise continuous. It has to be a continuous function Piecewise as in we have defined the function in more than a one interval. It's known as a piecewise. And f of x has a finite number of maxima and minima. So if these are the conditions of for this Dirichlet's conditions satisfied by the particular function f of x, then I can say that, then I can go ahead with that this function f of x is nothing but can expressed as the Fourier series expansion. Okay, what are the trigonometric Fourier series? So we know that the set of functions, the sine of n pi x by L. So this n pi x by L is nothing but an angle for sine. This again sine cos n pi x are orthogonal in the interval c to c plus 2L for any value of c where n is 1, 2, 3. So what do you mean by orthogonal? The meaning is, if I am taking the integration from c to c plus 2L of sine m pi x by L to sine of n pi x by L is equals dx is equals to 0 when m and n, they are not equal. If I'm getting this two different m and n, if I'm getting 0, and if it is they are equal, then I'm getting some constant L at that time, I will have that this function is known as the orthogonal function. So this set of functions, sine and sine, they are the orthogonal functions. Similarly, we can say that cos, integral from c to c plus 2L, cos of m pi x by L, cos of n pi x by L dx is equals to 0 for m not equals to n, and if it is L, then this m equals to n. So this m equals to n, the value of this integral becomes L. And there is one more condition, when I see, if you'll observe, this is sine, here it is cos, and there are two conditions, but whenever you have got a sine and a cos under this integral c to c plus 2L with any value of n, whether they are equal, they are not equal, the value of this function becomes, or the product of this integral becomes 0. This is known as orthogonal. So that is why this is known as the orthogonal set of values, cos n pi x by L and sin n pi x by L under this interval c to c plus 2L for the values n equals to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Therefore, the function f of x can be represented in terms of these orthogonal functions in the interval c to c plus 2L for any value of c. So this f of x can be represented in terms of this orthogonal functions in the interval c to c plus for any value of c. And therefore, this we can express it as f of x is a0 plus summation of an cos of n pi x by L. Summation goes from 1 to infinity plus summation bn sine of n pi x by L. Summation goes from n1 to infinity. And this series is known as trigonometric Fourier series, or it is also known as Fourier series. This is also known as a Fourier series. So let me just explain what exactly these are. So, okay, fine. Let me just do it here only. Otherwise, let it be this this entire what is this a0, an, bn, and everything I will explain you in the next session. But I have dedicated that next session towards the Fourier series expansions and their coefficients. So let it be. I'll explain you that time. So this is known as just to give you a rough idea about the what is known as trigonometric Fourier series, or it's also known as Fourier series. So if I have got this one sine series, so if you'll observe, this is just one sine series. So this is the graph of a sine series. If you'll observe, this is the graph of a sine series. If I will add one more into this previous, so I'm adding this series plus one more series in this. So what will happen, this whenever this addition will happen, that addition will happen in this way. So it's crest to crest, this addition will happen. And if you'll observe this type of graph, you will get it if you'll go for two sine series, sine components you can say. Then if I'll add 3, so this type of graph we will get it, clear? Then if we'll add many component series, so in between we will just keep on adding all these sine series together, just adding sine series together, what we will get? So this graph will become little. So what we have got it here only one crest here. We have got it here 2. We have got it 3. So distance between this crest becomes very less here. If you'll observe, because whenever I'm adding it, it will get reduced. Similarly, if you'll observe, if you'll add more number of sine series, we will get it almost a flattened kind of. So this is nothing but an evaluation of the square function in terms of the sine, and that is what a square function constructed by adding the orthogonal sine components. So this is known as, and that is the reason the Fourier series plays very important role whenever we are going ahead with an application where we need to have the application in terms of the waves. Okay, so most of the time it's a signal processing signals, so that is a way, it has a very good applications in those areas. So just to give you a rough idea about the Fourier series and how the series will evolve the different kind of functions, especially a square function can be done it very well from this series. So this is the session which is I have restricted towards just an introduction and just a brief idea about what exactly the Fourier series is. Thank you. Happy learning.